So good evening, welcome. I'm very happy to welcome you to this beautiful building. It's the Czech Museum of Music. It's one of actually my favorite museums in this beautiful city. As many of you know, I am a violinist, and I have been very fortunate in my life to study and play this beautiful instrument. What is interesting about the violin is that from the very beginning, you get to play beautiful music. A concerto, for example. There are special concertos written for the violin beginner. They are called the easy violin concertos. To give you a picture of a concerto, of an easy violin concerto, I have asked André to play with me a concerto by German composer and violin teacher Oskar Rieding. This concerto is played by most young violinists and is considered the most popular easy violin concerto. Okay, thank you. Okay. It's beautiful music, isn't it? There are a dozen of similar easy violin concertos. I myself have played a number of them. However, when I was a child, I always wanted to hear how it will sound. Unfortunately, there was not a single recording. so that I could refer to. I also wondered at the time, I would love to play it with the orchestra. In 2013, I created the Let's Play Concertos project with the purpose to provide young violinists a CD recording that they can refer to and orchestra play-alongs so that they can play at home with the orchestra. Little did I know then that we were embarking on a path to change the way musicians practice and play music. Before we come to the great news of the day, I would like to have a look with you together on these past 2 years at Let's Play Concertos. So, in 2013, we created Max the Ant Violinist, our mascot. Max is here to inspire and motivate violinists to play the easy violin concertos. The same year, we published the first CD with 5 easy concertos played by myself and an orchestra. Together with the CD, we created Max's virtual orchestra, an orchestra play-along ensemble. The same year, we published new revised music editions of the easy violin concertos with Max's personal tips and advice on how to practice. At the beginning of 2014, we released the first Let's Play Concertos play-along app. It included 5 concertos and was available for iPad users. The same year, we enriched the viola and cello repertoire by arranging a number of concertos for these 2 instruments. At the beginning of 2015, we did the same for the flute and clarinet. In June, we had a great event. Max grew up. He became a teenage ant violinist. You see, he has a happy smile and is ready to give his love and knowledge of violin playing to all violinists in the world. In the meantime, he also learned to play a few instruments. So he learned to play the cello, the viola, the clarinet, and the flute. Practically, we have an orchestra. And today, we are launching a new creation. When you see this icon and click, violin players and musicians, you too, will open a new door to playing the easy violin concertos. With this click, we are taking the concertos to a new level. The new Let's Play Concertos play-along app. This is the home screen. As you can see, Max welcomes you again with a big smile and is ready to support, help, motivate, and inspire young musicians to play the easy concertos accompanied by the orchestra. As you see from the home screen, there are 3 main features. We have the play feature, quiz, and tune feature. So, as all musicians know, the first thing we need to do when we take up an instrument, you heard me before, I had to tune in my instrument. And that's what we can do on the app. So tune your instrument, click on a string to tune your instrument. As you can see, we hear the strings of the violin, and I love the way the strings are moving, like on a real violin. Once you have tuned in, we can go back and we're ready to play. Select your instrument. So depending on your instrument, you will choose your max, whether it's max the violin player, the viola, cello, clarinet, or flute. As you can see, when clicking max, the stage turns up. So it's beautiful, you're entering performance and playing on a stage. So let's see when you click what happens. You can select your concerto. We have a great catalog. There are 14 easy violin concertos on our app, 4 concertos for flute, 3 for viola and cello, and 2 for clarinet. So let me click on the concerto we just played for you. You will see there are options to play an individual movement. So we played together the Allegro Moderato by Oscar Rieding. So let's play it again. However, before we again get to the music, we have our two important play options. The first is, as you can see, there are 3 tracks available: the metronome, orchestra, and solo track. You can choose which track you would like to listen to, which track can help you. For example, as you can see, you can play only the solo, or the orchestra, or the solo and metronome, orchestra and metronome track. So if you're a beginner and playing the app for the first time, you might choose the solo track together with the metronome. Then play the orchestra track with the metronome, and at the end, only the orchestra track. Our second play option is great. It's the flexible metronome, so that the musician can speed or slow down according to their playing abilities. Let's have a look how slow we can get to 60% of standard speed and to 120. It's practically Formula 1. So we're set. We know we've chosen our tracks. We can also, as you can see, adjust the volume. We can choose our speed, and we're ready to go. Here is our concerto. On our app, you will find the complete violin score. I really took care that the violin score looks well, because sometimes notes are small, practically invisible, so sometimes it's very difficult to read them. Here, in this case, they are visually very clear and easy to read. I will show you now the features of this play-along. Let's listen to, and see what happens. As you can see, when the music started, a green digital cursor appeared. It accompanies you while playing, so you don't get lost. So it's a great feature. So if you play with the orchestra, for example, without the solo part, you will never get lost. Let's see what happens. Now we're ending the page. Another great feature, the page turns automatically, so you don't have to think about turning the pages. What, for example, if you want to play a certain section, you don't want to go through it. So there's a green little arrow, and let's find a place where we can start to play. For example, at the end, I need to practice that part. So I touch the screen, and the cursor appeared where I wanted to play from. So it's another great feature, touch and play. So it's very useful if you have a difficult section that you need to practice again. You just touch the screen and the cursor appears there and you can start to play. And of course, at the end of the piece, you can share your progress with your friends and let them know, hey, I've done it. As you can see, it's not a difficult app to use. It's very simple. A few years ago, a student of mine told me, after having a few lessons, Bibi, violin playing is multitasking. And I thought, oh, well, that's an interesting thought. And actually, this thought was a guideline to making this app. Have it simple and easy to use so that you can focus on your violin playing and that the app is there just to support that you enjoy the experience of playing at home or at your lesson for friends, for family, with the orchestra. At Let's Play Concertos, we strive not only to motivate musicians to play the easy concertos, to enjoy, to have fun, but also to further their general music education. And we come to our last main feature of the app, and that is the quiz. The quiz is great. The questions are from violin-related to general music-related questions. There are a few jazz questions, opera questions, ballet questions. So let's have a look how the quiz looks like. So here we have quiz level 1. So Max's Let's Play Concerto album includes, let's have a see what happens, 5 concertos. As you can see in the right corner, you have 30 seconds to answer. The Kuchler are considered, let's see, awesome? Wrong. You heard me many times today say easy. Okay, which composer has his own chocolate? I believe we all know that. So it was Mozart, of course. Max is an ant. His virtual orchestra is a string orchestra. When you play pizzicato, you are plucking the strings, and so on. So you see, there are a variety of different questions. Altogether, there are 110 questions. There are 10 levels. The first 8 have 10 questions, and the last 2, just to make it a bit more difficult, 15. And we have Max evaluating you. So, if you have 3 correct and 7 wrong, that's not good. So, Max is very worried. So, better luck next time. Well, this time it's a bit better. So, correct 8, wrong 7. You get 1 thumbs up. You'll make it. Oh, but for example, you have 100%, Max gives you 2 thumbs up. That means your knowledge is awesome. What happens when you finish successfully the quiz? Let's have a look. You get a cup. So, if you've mastered all 10 levels successfully, Max gives you a beautiful cup. And that result has to be shared. So please, if you play this quiz and you see this, please post it, send it to me. You'll get a chocolate, you'll get the Mozart Kugel from me. Or better to say, from Max. So, with this last successful quiz question, we are slowly coming to the end of presenting this app. Max has the final word, but before Max has the final word, I would like to thank the wonderful people that have worked on this app. It's been a challenge to make this app, and especially working in the last few months, it's been difficult with the, as you know yourselves, very hot weather. And it's been done in a very short time, so they all have my deepest gratitude and thankfulness. I'm giving Max the last word, and Max has a message to all musicians, let music players with this app turn their music playing into magic. Okay, thank you very much for coming and sharing this moment, a special moment for us at Let's Play Concertos. This is, well, I guess the biggest, together with the launch of Max in June, our biggest launch since the beginning of Let's Play Concertos. So a big thank you for coming. So have a great evening.